I'm Dennis Schmig, Schmig Simmental Ranch, Stockholm, South Dakota. Gonna try to do a DVD on these bulls here this morning. It's a little cold, so maybe it won't take too long. If you're listening to this, Joe, you always say if it's cold, it don't last as long, but it's about 23 degrees. The wind is blowing just a little bit. They're talking warmer toward the end of the week, but they're talking winds, and so I'm going to try to do that this morning. I've just got these bulls sorted. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and I'm not going to keep these bulls probably in order, but I'll start with number 7, and he is the first bull in the catalog, and then just go down. It'll be like 9, 12, and so just kind of follow along. But I ran them in this pen here. And I may have to put him in a larger pen. But when I'm looking at bulls, I like to see comparisons. When I'm seeing a bull by himself running, I can't see much, and so that's what I'm doing. And again, there's a lot of variants, you know, or somewhat in the genetics. We have some Cavingese bulls, and we have more of the growth bulls. That first bull was 7, and I'll get back to him, but we're looking at 9 here, and he'll be the second bull in, and he should work as a Cavingese bull, and he's again a beef maker, and his mother's a ranch hand. Not quite the power and the growth, but a nice calf. Guys looking for heifers, should work. We had about 5 inches of snow on Sunday, and just a little bit again last night, and today is the 16th of February. We clipped the bulls on the 6th of February, and again it's been cold. It just hasn't worked to run a video on these bulls, and again it takes a while to develop the video onto DVDs, and I'm hoping to have these in the mail here this either by Saturday or Monday. But there's a video of the 9 bull. We'll go back to 7 here, and he's a double down out of a right on. Some of the reasons we use the double down is, you know, good growth in the bull, stability number on maternal, high marbling. He's probably the #1 shear force tenderness bull in the breed. I'm saying that, I'm not 100% sure, but he's easily in the top percent plus, you know. And sometimes there's just things that we breed into these bulls that you can't see from the outside, but that's what's hoping some of the things he'll do with them. You know, maternal growth, you know, carcass, and another thing. Most of them, the dispositions are very, very good on them. And you know, if you look at most of our sire reference sires, there, the dispositions are you know, pretty good on them. And we look at a bull sometimes, and you know, there's a bull I like to use, and then you look at his disposition EPD, and you know somewhat about the pedigree. So we overlook some bulls that sometimes I think we should use, but it's such an important issue for us. And again, this morning here, I'm sorting these bulls and doing this here by myself, and we AI cattle, and we're working cattle, and I got to have cattle with good dispositions, and they just never get, you know, some are really, really good enough, but we just never get them good enough. I've been doing this since 1971, and I've been around cattle all my life, and I guess what my saying is too, if the day you're satisfied, you're backing up, but it just seems like for the years the guy's been doing it that you thought maybe they'd be all like the best one, whatever one that one is. But we looked at number 9, and now I moved over to this number 12 bull, and again he's another beef maker out of a first calf heifer, and just a pretty good bull. You know, a beef maker, I'm sure, is deceased. No, he's a bull ABS had, and we've used him. Everybody in the world just about used a bull, and he does a lot of good things. He calves easy. I'm sure we never ever assisted any calves out of him, and we used him on a lot of heifers. The only possibility is maybe there was an abnormal presentation someplace that I can't think about. But calves excellent. That's the same with the ranch hand bull. I mean, we used him for calving, and that's the only place we'll use a ranch hand is for calving ease. And we don't have anything bred back to him. We've used him long enough, but just calves, fabulous. You know, they just pop them out. And on heifers, again, that's what we need that first, to get that first calf. But he's just a pretty good bull, I think. Move over to number 14 bull. And he's an upgrade, son of upgrade. His dam is first calf, no fault. Pretty good sized female with super udder on her. Upgrades have probably been the most popular bull in the Simmental breed the last 2, 3, 4 years here. We didn't use him from the get-go. The club calf guys kind of used him, and before the Simmental guys, we thought maybe he was going to fit their program better than ours. But they say the females are pretty good, and that was one of the concern. We didn't use him right off is on kind of females, but I'm hearing the females are good out of him. We've got some out here that'll calf have their first calves this spring, and they're powerful, built, good disposition females, and you know, I have high hopes for them. So, but he's just a pretty good calf. I think in the catalog we said would retain a semen interest in him. Actually, I'd like to use the bull a little bit. I probably shouldn't have sold him. I'm looking for a black bull, and you know, of course, we've used a fair amount of upgrade, and you know, otherwise he's a bull we should run down in our pasture. I'm going to do number 17 here, and he's another double down. I believe his mother is T2. She's a Winchester. This bull is favoring a front foot this morning just a little. Wasn't last night, but they ride, they carry on, and the yards are slippery. They're rough. We had that snow back in the late fall, there early winter, and then it got up to 50 degrees, and the bottoms went out of our yards. And anybody up in this part of the country knows exactly what I'm talking about. I was out looking, trying to see a lot of calves and cattle, and the yards were just absolutely horrendous, you know. But good disposition calf. He's a calf I've liked. I really like this calf from the get-go. Good cow family, and should be very strong maternal. Here's a bull here that number 13, kind of jumped around a little bit there. A calf with a lot of size to him. Again, he's a double down. His mother's a power line. She's again, following along the catalog, I think she's had like 7 calves, something like that. But and, like I said, we used him, had our first crop of calves last year out of double down. And another thing, when we semen tested the middle of April, those bulls were all big nutted bulls. We had smallest was 39, and most of them were 41, 42 on their scrotal. And that's something we keep trying to pay attention to also. But come on, boy. I should probably have somebody in here helping move these bulls around, but it also shows you the disposition and so forth we have in these cattle. I mean, most of these bulls are really good, and there's 2 or 3 of them, so I'd just like to make them probably a little better, but overall they're pretty good. I'll move up to number 18. He's another double down, and I'm just trying to think what his mama cow is again. I think she's a beef maker, but either that or right on. But I'm just shooting from the lip out here today. So, like I said, if you follow along the catalog, that's probably going to be more correct than what I am here. But come on, boy. And again, we have frame scores also listed in the catalog. And again, we had three different guys measuring the bulls a day. We clip bulls, so and to get them standing perfect in the chute isn't, you know, sometimes takes a little bit more time too, but by looking at all the bulls here, you can see more of a comparison and so forth. And 47, I'm just gonna say, here we are jumping already, but number 47, and he's out of our that 44Z bull, which is he's a big ride on. Bull that stays in the same condition, summer, winter, whatever, just super disposition bull. We've got some females that'll calve out of him this year, and there's good looking heifers out there. I just like the power in those females, and I'd be surprised if they're not tremendous cows for us. We'll move over to number 20, and he's another bull that's favoring a foot just a little here. Noticed him last night here. He's a going back some old genetics, the old red gold bull that we sold to Alta Genetics in about 97 or something like that, and he made probably the best cows we ever had. Got a little semen in the tank, and I've always kind of thought I'd like to have some black red golds, and anyway, we only had that. Only used a couple straws and got this one calf here, which is a bull, and he's a good calf. He's a good disposition calf. When I'm feeding and stuff, he's always up around, kind of bugging me just a little, but he's not mean or anything. He's just always right up there, hanging around. So, but another one of number 13. Switch colors a little bit here. we have number 21, and he's a tombstone, Swan Lake tombstone, and he's a pretty good sized calf. We had our first crop on the ground a year ago, or 2 years ago, and we sold a few bulls on our sale. And so far the bull's doing everything that I kind of wanted him to do for us. He's not a Cavanese bull, we use him on cows. I think overall he's siring growth to above average. We've got some 2-year-old females out that will calf for their first time, and they look very impressive. They're starting to show some udder. They'll start about the 20th of March, and very good disposition on the females, and I'd like to make him, he's not a bull I can walk up to. He's okay, but he's not like some of the other bulls here. But when we semen tested a year ago, those bulls, again, he sired those big nutted bulls. And if the females do what I hope they're going to do, we'll be very pleased with them. Very few guys have used the bull. The bull is deceased. He had a twisted gut and died here a couple years ago. So there's not a lot of cattle around out of him. But he's a different pedigree. He's the non-diluter red bull. But I think we got him listed about a 7.75 frame, something like that. So he's a big calf. Here we got number 22, and I believe he's a double down. I think she's a tanker. I believe second calf tanker. I believe he's damn, yes. But good disposition, nice calf. Oh boy. Here we have number 23, another upgrade, and he's out of a red Caesar cow that's had her third calf, and according to like the catalog, she'd had 4 calves and 3 calvings, and she's just a tremendous cow. And we're going to retain a semen interest in this bull. Bull I really like. Like I said, she worked hard a year ago. She had a set of twin tombstone bull calves that were on our sale last year, and I think she'd have probably worked a little harder if she had those twins last year. So, but still a calf, and he gained I think 4.15 pounds. Between weaning and yearling weight. So. Here we have number 25, and yeah, he's an upgrade, and his mother is out of a bull called Red Gold, and she's a real powerful, good uddered female. And this would be her second calf. He's got pretty good performance. I don't know if you can, how this is going to work out here. The sun's starting to peak just a little now here, and I'm having a little problem just seeing with the camera here. But I'm going to just kind of move up. Here's number 43. Maybe we'll miss a bull. Here's number 43. He's out of a first calf tanker heifer. He's a right-on. He's not as big a bull. He had a 55-pound birth weight. She calved him Easter Sunday, and I think I told some other guys. And I was just going to get ready to go to church, and I seen her getting ready to calf, and I could see the feet stick out, and she laid down one push. The calf was on the ground. So, but it should work for Calvinese. Like I said, right on. We used him on a lot of heifers, never helped any. Going back, the Grand Dam was a Winchester, and he was a tremendous Calvinese bull too. And tanker calves, we haven't never used tanker on heifers, but he calves pretty good. We're going to move over just to number 42. Here's a bull I really like, and I believe his mother is well, I better guess, she's either right on or a beef maker. But again, you're following along. But he's a calf. He's got some really good performance. Pretty, just a good disposition on him. Come on, boy. I see Dan showed up. I wanted to do these this Simmental separate, and then we'll follow up with his group of Angus if that works out here. Another bull is 29. He's another upgrade. I believe his mother is a right on, I think, but he's got a lot of meat, muscle packed into him, and good long bull. I think his adjusted yearling is like 15, 16, something like that. And looks like his scroll size is coming along good. We'll measure them when we ultrasound, which toward the end of the month here. And like I said, the feeding program we're on, we're basically geared from about 2.5 to 2.6 to 4 pounds a day gain, and that's where we've been with our bulls for a long time. We've had them on the same ration. So like I said, we're trying to develop these breeding bulls, and so I got to go out and breed cows, and hopefully longevity. I know some guys, one guy in particular has said for years, he said your bulls last longer than anybody else's, and we never trim feed on them. But here's 44, and he's out of our 44 Z bull, and I believe she's no fault. He's 49 no fault. Good cow, nice udder, and again the dam to that 44 Z bull. She's a big, real powerful black joker cow with just a super udder on her, with a super disposition, and she just stays the same all year too. She'll look the same in the middle of winter as she does in the middle of summer, but she's a good cow. We're going to jump over here to go over to 38. He's another upgrade, and he's out of a bull called 42X. He's a bull that had gotten hurt. We didn't put him on a sale, used him for cleanup, and we had one female. We sold one to Dan, and beautiful udders, The one we got's big. And like I said, I think we got this calf measured in 8. He's a big calf. I was telling some guys this morning, and we were talking about the size of the cattle and where they're going, and I said it's a lot easier to make them small than it is to make them big. Yeah, here's a bull. I was number 48, and he had the highest weaning weight, 205-day weaning weight, and he's out of a beef maker, 18X, I believe, and she's a black beef maker too. But he's got just a little chrome on him, but he's going to be a performance bull. I think we got him ranked about a 7 on frame score. But he should do a lot of things right, I would think. Pretty good disposition on him. A lot of meat into him. Another one of 23. Moving over to number 67. He's a black baldy, of course. He's out of that 44Z bull. I had to replace the battery. I'm not quite sure where I'm at here, but I'm going to show this number 26 bull out here. Not sure we even caught him before, but he's a ranch hand, and I think he had a 50-pound birth weight, something like that. Bullet should work for Cabanese. Come on, boy. Come on. Like I said, we'll move back over here to number 67. I'm not sure if we caught all of him or not. Like I said, it just quit on me. But again, he's a 44 Z bull. He's sired by, and his dam was a beef maker. She's had like 6 calves. Here we have, like I said, 44C again. I know we've seen him before. I'm going to move over here to number 36. He's another tombstone. He's out of a gunner. Not quite as big a bull, but I think we got him about a 6 frame. Real good disposition bull. Here's another number 50, and he's another 44Z. '67, number 20. Here we have I'm not quite sure if we've seen 47 or not, but again, he's a 44Z out of a beef maker. Number 60, another 44Z. He's out of like a second calf, right on, I believe. Bull walking way is number 39, and he's a double down. I believe his mother is U32. She's a right on. But another big calf. Here we have number 49, and he's another double down. Oh boy. Number 64, another 44Z, and a little later calf, but he's out of a trademark. She's been a good cow for us. We used him a long time ago for a Cavanese sire, and I think we still got 2 or 3 of those trademarks around. But, she's a pretty good cow. But, oh boy. I'm not sure how many I've missed here. Well, I'm just gonna walk back through them, and then I'm gonna get done here. Here we have number 9 again. Again, he's a beef maker. Number 49. We have 26. We have 21. We have 13. We have number 18. We have number 17. We have number 51. We have number 36. Number 44. Number 20. Again, 39. 67. 38. number 50, number 42, number 23, oh boy, number 46, I don't believe we've talked about him before. Again, he's another 44Y bull that Mike Tan owns. They call Super Tanker. He's out of this calf's out of a second calf Voyager. A Voyager we used for calving. He's not much. Was only able to get I think 5 straws there what we got out of the bull. We had 3 heifers and 2 bulls. But he's a true Calvinese bull, the Voyager. So subsequently, I think we give up a little on the growth end there. But and the females are pretty good. We have another one, 37Z, that she had her high selling top bull last year. And she came back with a real good tanker heifer this year. So, but number 14, '64. I'm just kind of walking through, giving you some comparison on the bulls. And some you've seen, you've seen them before, and some of the guys say, "Oh, I get to see them again," So some of these bulls you get to see 2, 3 times or so. And I believe this is 29, but just a lot of beef in that bull. Again, 7C. Good disposition on them. Here we have 48 again. And 21. And I'm going to break off here pretty soon here. This battery will go run out too, and we need to do these Angus bulls. But this will give you an idea what they look like. 59, we missed him. Pretty good sized calf. He's a double down out of a bull we used. He was called S7. He was a preferred beef son. We used him several years ago. Used just a little bit of him. I think we only had 1 or 2 cows we ever kept out of him. But she's a good uddered big cow. She's got a little white in her forehead. And then again, 39. 7, 9. I'm kind of back where we were. So we're going to move on to the Angus bulls. Well, we're into the Tan's bulls here now. He's never run this camera before, so I'm going to do the dishonors, I guess. Start out number 1. And again, you have to follow along in the catalog, but he's a Thunderbird. Like I said, we just run them in this pen. They haven't been in here. They haven't been in here before, so they'll. So we'll just. I'll just kind of keep videoing just a little bit here. We got the sun. The sun has came out, which is good, but not for doing the DVD. So I got Dan here to help me now. Okay, number 1, and I'm not.
Yep.
Sorry, number.
No, this one. One again.
Okay, number 2. So we just run them in here, and I don't know how this is going to work. we'll maybe have to just jump around a little bit here and video them as we see them here. Okay, I'm going to do number 4. And he's a bullseye. So once they get used to the pen here, we should probably just left them in here for a few minutes and let them settle. They think we're going to sort them and run them through the chute. I think that's what their problem is. And then I'm going to move to number 8. So like I said, he just follow along in your catalog, and he's an absolute. I suppose when he, one boy. These bulls have been here since the 6th of January. Most years they come in about a month earlier, but we'll do number 7. Like I was saying before, most years we bring them in about a month earlier, but due to my laziness, I told Dan I didn't want to see them that early. So, and they've been standing in another pen since 7:30 this morning, and it's 11:30 now. So they're. And I believe that's number 9, and he's carrying just a little sore foot on him too. But like Dan and I were just talking, I said the yard conditions and they've been kind of bad all winter, and like I said, these bulls in evenings are riding and fighting and you name it. So. But I'm just trying to take my time here with them so they'll just kind of settle in a little here and start walking around a little bit. Right now they don't know what to expect from us. You can maybe read the ear tags as some of them are going by here. Nothing. It's number 8 again. Again, we should probably do it individual, but people in the past have liked the way we've done it by, it's just like you're walking into this bullpen yourself and we're showing you the bulls. You can see the differences in them. And you'll get to see them again, and some of them you'll see numerous times. So if you're thinking about a bull, and okay, he looks pretty good, you know, oh, here he is again. So this is why we do it this way. Okay, and number 5 is coming through, was coming through. He's right behind you. Okay, he's right in there. He's the last black bull. He's a calf. He's got some body depth to him. Looks pretty good. All honesty, I haven't on the Angus bulls here of Dan's, and I just haven't followed the pedigrees. I don't know enough about them, so that's why I said you'll have to follow along in the catalogs to look at them, because I'm just not that up on them. I can't keep up on my own stuff, it seems like. But number 3, and there's a number 13. I'm going to switch over to the Simmentals. And again, you'll have to follow along right off. I don't have a sheet or anything. Like I don't have a sheet, but Dan's kind of just told me here, like 103 is an all-around. He's the Red Bull 103. Okay. Here we have number 7. The big baldy bull coming through there. He's I think he's numbers 100, and he's built right. Okay, there we have number 12 and number 5 following. The sun came out, which is good, but it makes it a little harder for me to run a video, do a video. Here we have number 11. Like I said, they're just starting to settle down now here a little bit. Number 6. Here we have number 8 again. I'm just going to try to walk through these bulls here, just like if you guys, anybody else is along with me. They just don't know what to expect, if we're going to run them to the chute again or what's going to happen to them. But number 4. Okay, 101. I believe he's a Rushmore. But good calf, nice disposition. Number 7, Angus. Number 6, 103 all around. Number 2. Okay, that bullet. I believe the bull behind is 105. He's just half-blood Simmental. 100. Yeah, they've just calmed down a lot since we were in the last few minutes here. They didn't know what to expect when they run them in this pen here. It's like a lot of cattle. Most time when they see a couple people, they know that it's not going to be good. They're probably going to have to go through the chute, have something done to them. So. There's a bull back in here, and I think he's 102, I think. Yep, 102. Yeah, he's out of a Grand Master son.
Grandmaster son out of 42X.
Yeah.
Or 50.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2.
That's 44Y pen.
There's a 106. I knew we hadn't talked about him yet either. And he's a 44Y. He's a half-blood if I remember right. I know there's one other Simmental we haven't talked about either. He's got another one with a little white on his face. But, another bull in here behind the red bull is number 104. He's a half-blood. We'll take one more look at these bulls and then I'll sign off. I'm not sure how this is turning out. The sun's bothering quite a bit right now. The last time I used this camera was a year ago when I was videoing. I pick this camera up once a year. And then it's like I've never seen it before. But this sale is March 10th. We start serving lunch 11:30, and we'll have the bulls in the barn by probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. I know some of you guys are generally pretty early getting here, so we try to have them in the barn or penned. And again, Jim Thorpe is our auctioneer, and he's one of those we don't play games. Auctioneer. We don't do rafter bids. You'll know where you're at. We appreciate that. We try to run this thing as honest as we can. If you have any questions, you just stop the sale and we'll tell you where you're at, or if you've got questions about something. So, and you can, if you've read the catalog also, you'll see that we'll have the ultrasound done. We keep bulls personally, the Simmental, our Simmental bulls, till the 1st of May and start delivering the bulls, and I deliver the bulls, and we'll have them fertility checked probably mid-April. Generally around the 1st of May, I'm kind of really winding down with calving, so then I have time to deliver the bulls, or try to take time to deliver the bulls. And Dan, he kind of, whenever you kind of want the bull, I guess is what his philosophy is. So that's his program. Calve a little later than we do, and that way, if those bulls will have a little more time to grow up, you'll feed them a little longer for you. So take that into consideration, and that's a thing. You know, a lot of guys buy bulls too early in the year, or I shouldn't say too early, but if you don't have a place for them, you have to take them home, and we try to accommodate. We try to accommodate everybody as much as we possibly can. If you have problems with a bull, don't forget, which I'm sure you won't, but don't forget where you got them, you know, because we try to, first breeding season, try to do a pretty good warranty on them. I can't always say we do maybe enough, but I think we've gone out of our way and gone above board on some bulls. But you guys spend money on the bulls, and you guys expect the bulls are going to go out and breed cows and sell you a bunch of good calves, so you guys can make some money. That's the name of the game, I guess. But so that, I'm going to sign off. What do you think, Dan?
You did good.
So I'm going to sign off, and I hope it wasn't too long of a video for you, Joe. So I hope to see you sale day. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.